Hey guys, Nikki Sharp and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do a little bit of a different style video. Normally I come to you with, a how-to 3 tips, and today I wanted to just sit down, talk one-on-one, and really share some of at least my experiences for the quarantine, and hopefully they inspire you to make a change in your life or to look at things differently, because I do know this can be a pretty hard time for a lot of people. And as the weeks go on and quarantine continues and things are opening up, but there's so much uncertainty, it felt like a good moment to connect to you a little bit more here one-to-one versus my normal videos. The biggest thing for quarantine, I guess, from myself, and in the beginning of it, I was getting messages from people saying like, oh my god, how can you be so positive during this time? This is so serious, and I've never taken away the gravity that is. And yes, this is a crazy time in all of our lives. The biggest thing though is that it's an opportunity for us to learn and grow and shift some of the patterns that we have. And what do I mean by that? When we have our lives, we're so busy. It's like go, go, go. And a lot of people that I work with, my clients, they say, I just don't have time. I don't have time to eat healthy. I don't have time to work out. And suddenly, humanity as a whole has been forced to have all the time. And yes, we are busy with Zoom calls and all of these different things. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, it almost seems busier than before. And so I started doing some reflecting on this in my own life, and what I came up with and what I realized for anyone who's been saying I don't have time is that it means that we're a human doing instead of a human being. And that really means that we feel that we need to do in order to be accomplished, in order to be fulfilled, in order to have a successful life. When in reality, this whole time of us sitting down and, being in our houses is a chance to reflect and say, how can I slow down? What am I not prioritizing in my life that I need to? One thing for myself is that, I teach health and wellness. I love doing it. I love cooking, but I didn't really have that much time because I was on the go. I'd have client meetings, that sort of thing. Instead, I now cook every single day for dinner, and then I meal prep enough for lunch the next day. The reason that this is so important is because it's helping us get into a routine that we can then keep outside when everything goes back to normal. The other thing about this and the whole quarantine is that it's really starting to show us what we need to heal in our own selves, right? So if it's this factor of, I don't have enough time, then when you're suddenly given all the time, what are you prioritizing in your life? I truly hope that you're starting to see how vitally important health is, because those who are getting sick have pre-existing conditions. And I'm not going to say 100% of people, but the mass majority of people that are getting sick are the ones who haven't necessarily taken care of themselves in the past. And this can be anything from they weren't getting enough sleep and they weren't eating correctly, and then something happened and they got an illness, and then it spirals. And so anytime we find ourselves sick, whether it's with cancer, diagnosed illness, whether it's with a cold, it means that there's an opportunity for us to take better care of our health. If you're finding yourself anxious right now, if you're finding yourself stressed out or depressed, then again, that's an opportunity to slow down and truly ask yourself, what am I not doing that I need to be for my health? And health is wealth, right? Like, we're all starting to see that, money doesn't matter right now. The purses you own, the clothes you wear, they don't matter. What matters is how healthy you are, both internally from the food you eat, what you do physically, and what you think, so your mental, emotional well-being. And I've been sharing this in multiple videos because it's the trifecta, right? It's mind, body, soul. I really encourage you to get a piece of paper, jot some notes down, and say, what am I not doing that I know I should be? This could be drinking more water. It could be going to bed earlier. It could be watching less Netflix and, reading a book. It could be listening to educational podcasts. Maybe it's putting your phone away before bed, but we all have something in our life that we can get better at. The other thing that I encourage you to do is to write down, what do I want to have accomplished within myself by the time the quarantine ends? So who do I want to be? What qualities do I want to show when we go back to normal life? What do I hope that I learned, and what did I grow from? And so those are just a few little prompting questions for you. I started doing this at the beginning of quarantine, and I wrote an entire intention list down. And it said things from, I hope to work on my relationship so we have a more deeper connection. I want to cook every day so that I'm prioritizing my health and what I put in my body. I want to get outside 5 days a week and exercise because I know it's good for my mental state as well as my physical state. So, it's whatever, and it's never too late to do an intention list. But within all of this, it's this chance to learn, to grow, to see where you can improve in life. And trust me when I say we will never be given another opportunity like this to sit from our homes and to work, to be, to play, to rest, all in the comfort of where you live. And I know that things might be challenging for you right now. There's so many people that have lost their jobs, and there's others that are dealing with anxiety, and I'm getting messages all the time of what to do about these things. Doing the inner work, the self-work, is really what's going to set you free during this time. And I'm not trying to get all woo-woo and spiritual and all of that. No. What I'm saying is that sitting down and writing out, who do you want to be? What is preventing you from getting there? What can you do now for the rest of the quarantine? We don't know when it's going to end. What can you do to make yourself feel more happy about your life? Because we start to realize that it's the external that doesn't make us happy. It's the internal that really fulfills us and nourishes us. I'm kind of sharing all of this, and there's no script. It's just kind of like flowing out of me, and I hope it makes sense. One of the things for me has been dressing up. As you see, I'm wearing a quite cute dress today that I actually just bought, and I'm always doing my hair. I'm putting makeup on, and this is because for me, quarantine has been a chance for me to really focus on how do I want to feel every day. And I want to feel beautiful inside and out. I want to feel like I'm giving to my friends, so I'm checking in on them all the time. I want to make sure that I'm feeling nourished. So this means getting outside, getting the fresh air that's going to make you feel good. This means getting the right food. And the most simple thing I can share with you is eat good food, feel good. Eat bad food, feel bad. And you might have questions about what's good food, what's bad food. I encourage you to look deep though, because you inherently do know what is healthy. You know what your body needs. This is an opportunity for however many more days or weeks or months that we're in quarantine for you to really start focusing on yourself. And instead of doing it January 1st like everyone else does with a New Year's resolution that normally doesn't happen, I really encourage you to sit down and start to ask yourself those deep questions and implement the things that come up. Maybe it's that you need to do more reading. Maybe you need to see a therapist. Maybe you need to find a life coach or health coach like me. And if you're curious, I'm happy to answer questions for you. Maybe you need to connect with friends more. Maybe you need to spend more time on yourself. But whatever it is, it will be personal to you. And so allow this time during quarantine not to frustrate you and give you anxiety, because the beautiful thing is none of us know. None of us know when this is going to end. There's the uncertain about everything right now, which means what can you be certain about in your life? And those are the things of eating the foods that nourish you, drinking water that your body needs, getting fresh air because your cells need it, getting sleep to rejuvenate your entire body and your mind, connecting with friends and those that you care for, because it shows you that connection is more important than anything else. And so I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. As I said, I know it's a little bit different, but I just wanted to speak a little bit more from my heart today and share some of the reflections that I've done that have helped tremendously. And if you do have questions, please let me know. Drop a comment below. And I do really hope that you've used at least part of this time during quarantine to start to become a better version of yourself. Because can you imagine if we all did something nourishing for ourselves every day during this quarantine? By the time it finished, my gosh, the world would be a different place. If you have questions or comments, please leave them below. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. There are new videos every single week on all things to keep you healthy, happy, and vibrant all year long.